Now we are going to discuss on reciprocal demand. Reciprocal demand is explained using offer curves. Offer curve, something that we have already studied. This will support us to explain the concepts of gains from trade and also terms of trade and its computation. So reciprocal demand signifies or it shows the intensity of demand for a product of one country by another. So it is simply the comment, or it can also explain the amount of demand of a commodity by another country. It is the same as that of the offer curve. The reciprocal demand signifies the intensity of demand for the product of one country by another. For example, the demand for products of country A in country B and the products of country B in country A. So that shows how much is exported and imported. So this is all about the reciprocal demand. It shows the degree of intensity or the level of demand for products of one country by another. So for example, now we have to look at the diagram. What happens? How it is shown? So reciprocal demand is shown by the curves A and B. So for both the countries we are using different diagrams. If the reciprocal demand for steel in country A increases, what happens? For example, we are taking country A and it is having a demand for steel. The graph A will shift to the right as it is willing to offer more quantity of cloth for the given import of steel. So if it needs more of steel, it has to offer something else. So it is ready to offer something more. On the contrary, if there is a decrease in demand for another nation's product, it will be offering only less to the other country. So that is, there will be a shift to the left. That is, from OA, it will move to the left, OA2 level. This is what happens. And now we have to join each of the points, that is P2, P and P1. That shows the offer curve as well as the reciprocal demand also. So in this case, cloth is the exportable commodity of country A and importable country of country B, and that is measured along with the horizontal scale, and steel the exportable commodity of country B and importable commodity of country A is measured along the vertical scale. So the given offer curves are OA and OB. OA represents the offer curves of country A and OB represents the offer curves of country B. We can see that it is the shift takes place only in the case of OA because that shows the exportable of country A and the first case will be that of country A. So if the reciprocal demand for steel in country A increases, the offer curve of country A shift to the right, that is OA1 level, that is new equilibrium will be P1, and if there is a decrease, the new offer curve will be OA2, that is a movement to the left. So this shows the OA curve. So originally OA and OB are the offer curves of country A and B respectively. When there is an exchange, there will be a change in the equilibrium points. This is what happens. So the reciprocal demand signifies the intensity of demand for the product. Now what happens for country B? So for country B, cloth is the importable commodity and steel is the exportable commodity. For every unit of cloth, so it has to offer steel. So for example, see OA is OB here, the change takes place along the OB, OB1 and OB2 because there will be new equilibrium points. So what happens here? So initial level is the offer curve of country B is OB, that is the initial one. Here it will be exporting steel and importing cloth. It is ready to offer OQ level of steel for cloth, that is PQ level of cloth. Then what happens? If there is a demand for what? If there is a demand for cloth, demand for cloth, what happens? It has to offer more of steel. So there will be a shift to the left, OP P1 level, which is higher. So the new level will be B1 Q1. Now if there is a reduction in demand for imports, then it needs to offer only very less of steel, so that the new level will be OB2 level. The new equilibrium level is at P2 point, that is offering of OQ2 amount only of steel. So this, while joining the point, we can see the change, the demand, and also the reciprocity of all the commodities. So both the countries are in demand of certain products. They are ready to offer their own products to import, and the intensity and the demand signifies the reciprocal demand. So how much it is ready to offer in with respect to their import or demand. So export is always related with the import or the demand aspect. So it is shown clearly here.